Welcome to episode 14 of Enmity Podcasting. We are brought to you by ultrasabers.com. You can go ahead and see us in the background. Look, I'm cool. I got my lightsaber. Yeah, that's right. And I am showing off my Graflex. Super cool collector's edition lightsaber. If you want one, you can go to the website and click at the top where it says Ultra Sabers. And you can buy one for us, support the podcast. Tonight, the full cast is back. We've got me, Raging Rondo, which I earned that name in multiple ways, but it's all good. We won't talk about that because this is a happy night. This is podcast night. Everything is all well and good here. We've got Don Quixote. I mean Big. Hi, Big. How you doing?
Hey there. Not bad.
We've got our resident tryhard, Ignitia. How's it going, Ignitia?
What's up?
And we
for life.
Cool. And we've got our residential tree hugger, Talons. He's on a fight against Monsanto right now. But oh my God, it's not Talons tonight. It's actually Darth Santa. We've talked about him on the podcast before. So Darth Santa is here to visit us, and he's got some news. You want to tell us about the next thing you're going to be doing over the next week, Talons?
Well, first of all, ho ho ho, and a bah humbug. If you could see, actually I have it covered up, but on the back of this it says bah humbug on it. Yeah, we're gonna do, in the spirit of Christmas, we're gonna do a Circle of Enmity event featuring Darth Santa. And if you are on the Bastion, you can whisper Darth Talons. That's spelled Talon, Talon, with two Z's for a double dose of lightning. And if you whisper me on Fleet, which you can usually find me on weeknights around 6 to 8 server and later, you can whisper me and we will be giving you a cartel pack while supplies last. We got quite a few of them though, so let's see those whispers come through. Just mention the podcast and you can have your very own Christmas present, if you will, filled with random goodies.
And most of you will be disappointed with what you get. So
Hey, be quiet. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But
Tell that to
yeah,
him all the time.
if you're listening to this podcast and you're not on the Bastion, we're sorry. But all you have to do is start a character, whisper me up, and we'll hand you some free stuff.
yeah. Tonight we're going to be going over what Big's got a little game for us. We're calling it Achievement Challenge. I may rant actually tonight because I just feel like it.
It's likely.
It is likely you may hear me rant tonight, and we've got some Reddit news. And because we are so close to the 2-year anniversary, we're gonna jump it and do a little bit before everybody else. And whoa, what has he got there? Ignitia has the PC Gamer from what is that? That's got to be over 2 years old.
That is 2 years old right there.
Talking Star Wars: The Old Republic. And we're gonna go through. We're gonna see about what people were excited about. And let's see if there's anything new, anything's changed at all. So let's go ahead and get started tonight. We're going to jump right into Reddit news. Maybe I'll just start us off. I have a fun one that I think, maybe it's on the Wall of Crazy, guys. I'm not sure if they have a list of Wall of Crazy, but there's a guy on here. 71 comments and 84 upvotes so far, and he wants to know, does anyone else desperately want a legacy bank?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
With
Yeah,
what is it,
that'd be
13,
nice.
14 alts now? It's kind of a bit of a pain to manage materials and.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's saying is you have so many people running so many gathering missions, so many crits being optimized within those that he just wants a legacy bank. And I think that around the playing community, a legacy bank would be nice to have. And if you're not going to give us multiple servers PvP, I mean this is within the server. We can already send stuff to each other. Why not just make it easier? I mean, what do you guys think about it? I mean, obviously you guys want it, but let's talk directly to BioWare. What's the pros and cons of it, Big?
Well, I remember, I don't think it was actually in our interview with SWTOR. It might have been before when we were chatting with him a little bit. He said one of the issues with that is anytime your game loads up, it has to load all the items in your actual inventory. That's why they haven't expanded it out yet. So,
That's right.
adding even more items to a legacy bank could possibly slow down game loading and stuff. But I mean, it is definitely a needed feature. I've had materials that I needed to craft certain items with, and I've bought them on the GTN for overpriced amounts just because I didn't feel like tracking them down between the 3 or 4 alts that I'm pretty sure I had it on. So, yes, do whatever it takes, Bioware. I'm pretty sure everyone would love some legacy banks.
On top of the fact that we are in desperate need of space. Ever since the advent of the cartel market, it's been, as of right now, I have 8 alts that have 5 bank cargo holds that are completely full right now. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure on my main that I have maybe only like 6 to 7 slots total in my inventory just to be able to actually grab things.
I hear you.
Yeah. So in all reality, with all the cartel coins and the credit sinks that I've put in to try to expand my holding, I have actually found out that I am getting less and less and less every time there's a new patch coming out. So yeah, that's going to be very, very important to me, in my opinion.
Oh, and Bioware made it even worse. I mean, not that it wasn't awesome, but they sent us those, that mail with the GSF for the subscribers. But every single alt now has 4 crates that have 7 or 8 pieces of armor in there per. So it's like, do I want to possibly keep these for future alts, or do I just want to junk them now? Or
I kept them in the package until I wanted to use them.
I did that too, but again, it's still taking up 4 extra slots and per tune, so that's an extra.
It's a little bit.
It would have been cool if they could somehow edit.
Stop giving us stuff until you give us more space. No, that's not what we're saying. Keep giving us stuff and more space. We need cookies and cake. We need our cake. What do they say? We need our cake and to eat it too.
And sparkle powder. We need plenty of room for sparkle powder.
Fireworks. I like fireworks. Yay.
Well, speaking of the fireworks, since they gave us the fireworks last year, do you guys see what they're going to hand out as presents this year? I think make sure you have that list.
More fireworks.
Oh my goodness.
And an event. Oh my god, there's an event.
A live day event. That's what everyone was asking for last year, so Bioware gave it to us. So bravo, Bioware.
Well, starting on December 17th, we have the Life Day event starting, and the Agree event also. You can have fun throwing snowballs and, blowing stuff up with fireworks that look like a Life Day tree, and also have the Life Day snowball bomb that you can all earn during the Life Day event. On top of that, there's 2 mounts. One that actually requires both Agree event and Life Day event components. And my personal favorite, Slay 1. Slay 1. Also, at that time, Relics of the Agree event's coming out with 2 new added awards for those Grey Helix components. One is the Scion Sphere that it coincides with the Life Day event, and the other one is the Agree Digitization Cube, which, in all honesty, looks really, really cool.
Where's the firework that looks like the Life Day dreidel?
Is there one?
I'm just saying, if they're gonna have the Life Day tree and not call it Christmas, like.
No, it doesn't look like a Christmas tree.
Well, I mean, it's a tree. I mean, come on. Where's the?
It's a
It's a
tree, so
it's a
Talon, you're just
glorified
happy to
bush.
see a tree so you have something more to hug, okay? I'm talking about the
I
ramifications of having a tree and not a dreidel in a video game. That is
I
not.
will I will hug every Life Day tree on the fleet.
Well, going on to back on what was stated in episode 13 by someone asking what would be the better healer class for PvP. Well, there's especially when we were speaking about operatives being the best one. Somebody actually posted on Reddit on how to take down an operative healer, and it was actually quite insightful, talking about why they're extremely rare to actually get killed because well, they have a self heal. They can spam at sub 30% health. Warzone med packs and adrenals, shield probe, evasion, which is on a short CD, cloaking screen.
With that also being said, I was sort of forced to eat my words also, and that happened when I was in my first 55 Warzone on my new sorcerer healer, and there was this mercenary in there that went completely undefeated, probably going up against 5 people at a time, the most ridiculous heals I've seen yet. And I maybe it's the additional armor that comes with wearing heavy armor, but he was amazing. He made me really question the operative being considered the best at healing war zones.
I just don't see that many mercs and commandos healing in war zones. I mean, again, it goes back to our first show with the healing discussion. It takes someone to play the merc well to be able to do it. And I used to heal, up until 1.2 and 3 and on my merc, and yeah, he's a lot of fun. I mean, if you can kite and not get hit by the damage, and you can really survive a lot longer. I mean, being able to get those big heals out and popping your bubbles so you don't get interrupted. There's some good advantages. So
So what you're saying is you got lazy and you decided to play the easiest healer in the game.
That's what I heard.
basically, yeah.
So,
That's
but I'm
pretty
going to
much the
say that,
gist of it.
but if they're as good, I would say that if you practice and put the time into practice, I really ate my words this week when I saw him healing. It was, I mean, he was going up against Smash Spec Marauders and Sentinels or whatever. I can't remember if we were uh, fighting against ourselves or the other side, but the guy was amazing. So I have to give him props. I didn't get a name. I'm lazy that way, but he really changed my perception of whether or not the op should be considered the best. Put your time into a mercenary, and that goes with pretty much everything when it comes to a mercenary. Put your time into it, DPS, heals, whatever, and you can really come out on top in most
Why?
cases.
DPS is 3 buttons.
No, that's completely. And you know what? That goes back. We can talk about that really quick. You can do a 4-button mercenary and
Oh,
pull
I gotta
average
start.
average DPS, but unless you're doing the other attacks, then you're a mediocre DPS, and that's what I'll say that on that. That's about it.
What has Darth Santa done?
Darth Santa has brought you another rant brought to you by Darth Santa and Rondo.
No, but I think the argument we made originally. I know we don't want to go too much into this, but is that it is that excellent mercenary player that took the time to learn mercenary and be a good healer, not better off in operative or sork as far as just numbers go. And definitely is a less skilled player going to be able to pull that off. And I don't, I think we all agree that no was the answer.
Just because there's certain things that come into factor, like the healing over time, the hots that get put on by the operative and scoundrels, that's going to help. In an arena or something, you have all your hots going out. That's going to help mitigate damage to all the players as soon as they take it. Those are going to tick back up and start healing them back up. So there's, certain factors. I mean, if you can, the other classes, you'd probably have to more of it anticipate when they're going to get hit, where you can kind of pop some bots on someone and know that they're going to be healed up until they're getting hit again. So
Right. You have to know what your mercenary can do and the abilities that you have at your
Oh,
fingertips
you
and
mean
not just have
understand the
like a
class you play?
Right, and not just
Like
use
everybody should.
HOTS.
Well, in
Like,
this situation, be able to anticipate, okay, these three guys are essentially facing this one DPS. I mean, I know I'm gonna have to start my big cast on him before, so as soon as he takes damage, he's gonna go back up to full. Where, my hots are gonna give me a little bit of time to switch back to him to, pop some of my
right.
other heals on him.
Well,
But
before
here,
we get too far into it, if you want to know how we really feel about this, go ahead and check out the first episode of Enmity Podcasting where we talk about mercenary healing.
Yeah, and you can also check out when we had
Pizza Hut on.
Pizza the Hut on, yeah, because I think we talked a little bit about just a little bit about healing there too, but obviously we went more into DPS and mercenaries. But
Yeah, episode 1 and episode 6, if you're interested in this conversation. In episode 6, we talked to the mercenary class rep, and healing does get brought up. And episode 1 was all on mercenary healing. So, this is, if you are interested in this subject, we have covered it, and we'd love for you to go back and check it out.
but
Moving on. What?
I would like to add one thing, and this is the
oh
one thing
no,
I despise about parsers, which you can also look at the episode that we did on Tor parse. They do not bring anything up when it comes to mitigation of heal abilities, which come from mercenary and sorcerers. So big, never ever underestimate the powerfulness of Sork Bubble. Just putting that out there.
well yeah, I mean I do Tor parts does show you what your bubble uh, what it mitigated, but it doesn't add it to it doesn't go into your heals per second. So that number is a little bit
It was
skewed. I
skewed.
mean,
Yeah.
I think on last night's raid, me and Big were within 300 or 400. Uh, that was,
Oh,
actual
your
heals.
shields would totally make up for that 3 or 400.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Totally make up. I'm sorry, Big. I'm
Easily.
sorry. His
But no,
shields would easily
what
make up for that
Big will
mitigation.
point out is that he did 500 DPS per second, and I only did 200. So,
Well, I would say that that your shields and even that heal that you have that leaves armor on whoever you cast it on is making up for probably about 600 per second, and maybe that's overdoing it. But with that 200 added onto it, I would say that Big needs to get his act together. And moving on before anybody else can talk, Elder Scrolls Online releases April 2014. And good news, I guess. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. It turns out Bioware has something for them on that because they're going to be releasing an update 2.7. What do you think is the question that Bioware will do content wise to combat ESO's release? I mean, they got to bring it to the table with this one because you're going to see a mass exodus and a mass return. I think, and I'm not saying that I've played it at all, but I think you're going to see people leaving and coming back to all MMOs. What do you guys think that BioWare is going to have to do to make sure that they don't leave? So to make sure that those guilds are are staying together during this trials and tribulations.
Capital ships, maybe? Just some
I'm
hopes
thinking,
right there.
capital ships.
yeah. I say,
Or,
oh, I'm sorry.
well, I was gonna say, I mean, it's hopes, but they haven't mentioned anything about it. But I actually am gonna post something on the forum, and for all you listening, please look for it. It should be under Galactic Starfighter ideas for PvE or something like that. But since this game launched, I've always wanted to see a PvE raid or Flashpoint style space combat with Galactic Starfighter. Not that they're not doing a great job with the PvP, it's very fun. Even though there's only 2 maps, I'd love to see more maps, of course, but um, it would be awesome. And I think we talked about this before on the podcast. Even to start an operation where everyone loads up onto the GSF screen just like you normally do. You all have to ready up. When everyone readies, you kind of launch into. Uh, Even if you took Oricon, you could launch into that you come in where everyone's already destroyed or this huge epic space battle has already taken place. Well, what if you take part in that space battle before you even go to the planet? And then once you fight your way down to the planet, and they could make it simple as, the ads are just starfighters coming at you to stop you, and then once you get to, maybe a battle cruiser or something, you have to take out the weapons on it or something to disable it, and then you can get by it to go to the planet. But something like that to start an ops, or even do a flashpoint with similar ideas, would be, in my opinion, amazing, and they need to do it.
He's
That's my rant. No, but I'm gonna post a long idea on the forum, so
Well, make sure we
we
have
can
that.
all
So
talk
when
about
we
it.
do post it up, we'll go ahead and put something up on the post so that we have we're covering all bases on that. I agree. I would love to kill a Death Star. Understandably, it's not going to be a Death Star, but we do have those giant Gree ships that maybe they're more they are actually against us, and all this technology is just to make us weaker. I don't like them. I don't trust those tentacles. Okay, I've watched too much anime to trust those tentacles, and I'm just gonna say I don't. Maybe I think that they've got issues. So to go ahead and take down one of those ships would be really cool, and then maybe drop down and fight them and their cohorts that they come with. Would be really fun. But I'm going to say right now that not only have they said that it's not even on the wall of crazy, it's not even something they're working on. That's so crazy that they haven't even put it up on the wall of crazy, is what they're saying.
Well, what else do you think's going to come out then of, just some more operations and maybe a
Oh, we're going to see the next line. I have no doubt we'll see Revan.
that would be pretty cool. I think
Now
everyone.
my other question is something that I came up and I always said, oh, they'll bring back Malgus. But we were just leveling the other day and I killed Malgus.
Remember, they had to change that though. That was just because of the mechanics of it. So we don't know if they
Dude,
technically changed the lore.
Malgus is dead at my feet in that operation, man. He doesn't even disappear like Revan. Dude is
Maybe
dead at my feet. I took pictures with him.
he's just sleeping. He's sleeping. You knocked him out cold. Good for you, dude. He's sleeping, man. Give him a pillow and just leave him alone.
So I think we're gonna see the next storyline, and I think the biggest thing that they have to combat right now is Revan. They can't hold anything back now. They can't do like other MMOs have done, where there's a storyline behind it, and we all have been waiting for years to see that storyline, and that's why we keep coming back. They can't afford to do that right now. They can't afford to take small steps. You take it. I mean, come on, big dog shirts going up. You either play with the big dogs or get off the porch, man, or you stay on the porch, right? I
Right.
mean, that might be going back a little bit. I age myself every cast, but they got to
Yeah,
play with the big dogs right now. And if they
what was that,
don't,
like 98,
oh, dude, that's older
97?
than that, dude. I was like 11 wearing that, and that would. Oh no, okay, I'm not that old, so that would be
This
in the 98, 90, no, 96,
96, yeah.
96.
well, here's
So,
my personal opinion on this though, is I honestly think Bioware should just do maybe a quality of life patch when it comes to 2.6, but when 2.7 comes out, I know for a fact that they got a new Hutball 8v8 Warzone map getting ready to come out. They can hold off. They can try to
Not
hold
big
on
enough.
to that one till 2.7. The new. I know they're probably going to put Nightmare, DF, and DP
Not big
for
enough.
2.6, and then we can actually possibly start seeing the new content come 2.7. Possibly, I may be in denial. I hope they do it, and God, I really hope it's somebody who's actually epic. I really do not
I'd
care
like to
about
see the
fighting another
intro
Sith.
into the new content coming in 2.6. Maybe some new what do they call, like dailies that are sort of leading us into that.
well,
Right.
there's leading to the GSI since it's technically not launched yet. So when it comes out with the 2.6 and the official launch, I think they're
Oh,
going to
that
do
is
the
2.6, huh?
yeah, they're doing the flashpoint that's associated with that, and who knows? I mean, they might throw another operation, or they might, at the very least, lead us to the story. That's going to unfold in 2.7 possibly.
Going with their
So
past, I'm not sure we're going to see any new operations until we have our nightmare modes around. So, I mean, I'm just going with what we've seen in the past with them.
I just think they need to do something pretty big with 2.7 with to try it. I mean, people are going to try out the Elder Scrolls Online no matter which way you look
No
at
matter
it.
which way, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing
And
is,
that's why I said there's going to be a mass exodus and a mass return to
I
SWTOR,
agree.
like there would be any other MMOs. I mean, let's talk about it. Guild Wars 2, get mad. It was a flop, and that's why people left and came back. Anybody can say that that was a great game, but I'm sorry, show me the proof, and I'll change the way I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, every game has its niche target audience. I mean, Guild Wars 2, it's got its following. SWTOR has its following. And I'm pretty sure the Elder Scrolls Online is going to have its following. I mean, I know
Oh
for
yeah,
a fact I'm going to be one of those guys who's going to try it out. I've been playing. I played Elder Scrolls since Morrowind, so I like to see what it looks like in a MMO environment. But at the same time, this is my game of choice. I am a Star Wars fanboy that loves hearing the lore and all the good nerdy stuff when it comes to the Star Wars universe as a
okay, but
whole.
you're a fanboy. What
I
do
admit it.
they need to do to keep people who are playing this game because they like the game, not
Yeah,
the
and that
universe? What do
and
you
what
think?
what I'm saying is they got to actually put out by the time either they can just be like 2.7, they could put like a little content deal no matter what, and let the Elder Scrolls Online guys do their get their mass servers because everybody's checking out the game, and then follow it up with like possibly 2.8 or a new expansion altogether with a lot of content to actually pull them right back.
Is it bad that that's what I think they're gonna do?
That's what I actually think I actually think they're going to do it like that. And in all honesty, it's not a bad play. I really don't think it's that bad of a play
Let
because
people get done with ESO and then come back to a huge patch? I mean,
oh yeah,
that's taken out of the playbook of World of Warcraft.
no, World of Warcraft did something different.
Well, think about when Rift came out. They didn't give us anything. They gave us what? Ruby Sanctum,
Yeah,
that which was right after Lich King, and then they said, "You know what, guys? Here's one boss. Go do your thing. You'll be back. Don't worry."
yeah, but they didn't see Rift as a complete threat. They saw Star Wars as a complete threat, and as soon as Star Wars: The Old Republic was like, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to release at this time, they all of a sudden destroyed their timetables and actually got rid of a lot of content that they were going to put in their Cataclysm expansion and just pushed Mist of Pandaria as fast as possible at the same time the launch for Star Wars: The Old Republic is. It's just a
Yeah,
standard.
but here, that's
It's
getting
just a
off
simple business
subject.
strategy.
Yeah, that's getting off subject here. Talons, what do you want to see, man?
Well, it's
No,
not
I know
necessarily,
you've kind of said it, but let's talk
yeah,
about off the wall of crazy.
reality. It's what I'd like to see, but I know they're not. They're not going to go that far yet. I do think that they have a lot more plans for the space combat, and definitely, I'm hoping to see at least a couple more maps, and even maybe some more concept PvP ideas. Maybe escort, or
Ooh,
even just
escort?
like, yeah, I know everyone hates escorts, but
I'm just
uh,
playing.
or yeah, not that kind of escort, dude.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Um,
Perked up ears. I'm a married man. Sorry.
or a defense maybe. I just like to see something other than just the capture the flag kind of thing, and do like defend the capital ship. One team has to try and destroy it while the other one defends it or something. I don't know,
Dude,
but
yeah, where's the war
um,
zone? Like, capture the flag. Everybody has it. I think that would be great. Expand it. Do it like when you're a kid. Do you guys remember when you were as a kid? You're like, okay, this is the where you're out. This is where is in, and it's usually like a straight line there and back, right? So
right,
give us like a good acre, and let these like and you could have fun, especially with the operatives being able to stealth everybody around them. You never know when you could hit that flag. And maybe it's not a flag, maybe it's an ancient Sith relic that they have that we need, and we have an ancient relic of theirs that they need. I would love to see that. That would be great. Give us mounts in the war zone for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the other thing, I mean, what I personally think is they'll probably, I agree, they probably won't do something huge for 2.7. They'll probably wait. But we might see some appeal to the PvP crowd just to, I know ES has been talked about to be a big PvP appeal for those PvPers. So, they might throw something at the PvP crowd just to keep them interested for now, and then, like you guys were saying, come out with something to grab people back in a
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, it's going to be big too. I think we're going to see something big from them to pull us back in. Big. Last but not least, you haven't really said what you would like to see. Is it just like the fixing of the auction house or whatever we call it? Because I know that's been broke for way too long.
No, I'm actually okay with the last couple of additions they made to the auction house, that you can actually shift click an item and have it automatically go to the filter system, and um,
Yeah,
it's
that's
made it a
nice.
lot better. I'm sure there's some improvements they have, but they don't want to make it totally automated. It's more than functional now. I mean, it's not too hard to find things. I mean, you can just type in the first three letters of the item, and most of the time it's going to filter out those items, or
So what do you
go down
want
a
to
little.
see then?
Well, definitely some new operations. I like where they're going with these ones, so I think I'd like to see some more operations along, these lines where they're more mechanic based instead of just a DPS race or tank and spank. And definitely, I would like to see another war zone. I think it's about time that we get a new type of map, like you're saying, whether it be capture the flag or anything else. So just some more stuff for us to do, I think, and hopefully soon the Raccoon event. Hopefully they don't wait till 1.7 or
Right.
2.7.
I have a feeling that the Raccoon event is probably going to lead into the newest content. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure on that though. I'm gonna say that I don't think so at all.
Well, they did that before with what was the flashpoint
It
that
led into flashpoints, but it didn't really lead
yeah,
into to big
new
ops.
content, yeah.
I mean, and honestly, who runs an op anymore? I don't even run ops on my main. I mean, not ops, flashpoints. I don't even run flashpoints on my mains because being in a very uh, healthy guild where we run operations constantly and everybody's geared, we get that gear anyways. I don't need to run flashpoints for my alts or my mains really.
Yeah, no, there's no point.
Huh. So,
Not in
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, you can buy what 69 gear right off the bat.
Yeah, they even hand you 66 gear for the on McCab. So,
Well, based on I'm gonna put it this in based off the data given by the that guy in the dark named the Miner. It sounds like the new eyeless fight is gonna be a raid. It's kind of gonna be like Tabora's Courtyard and stuff.
I would put it more on the line of the Gree raid. And like he said to me, I don't think he said it in the cast, but he said I don't even call it a raid, I call it an instance. They instance it so that the PvP around it isn't as like where it was around Pilgrim. They want to give everybody a chance because it's only around for select period of times.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it is like Tabora Courtyard kind of,
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, exactly.
but
So it's
more
an
like Gree
instance,
event.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
But
see what
it's
you're saying.
invented, yeah. So
I saw another cool post. It's actually another fan site, and since we're starting out as well, I figured we'd give a quick shout out to SWTOR-Ultras. It's actually an interactive map. So like the first one he did was on Cache, so you actually see the map of Cache, and you can go through and actually filter and see where all the datacrons are, on the map, and then physically click that datacron, and it'll pull up an actual guide, so you can see how to, to get those. And it has the lore, the beast titles, the world bosses, what it takes to get pretty much all the achievements and everything on Cache. He's got a second one up now for Alderaan, so yeah, it's a pretty interesting map. I'll have to put it in the show notes, so for any of those achievement buffs, it's a good place to head out.
All
Yeah, that's
right,
a cool idea.
so I've been holding it in too. I mean, that's
A
great.
fart.
Yeah. We went far. We went lowbrow humor. Gratz
I
Talon. You
I could
did
see
it.
it on your face. You were kind of squinting there.
No, what I was gonna say is that I've been holding in my rant for a little long, so I think we're done with Reddit news because I want to talk about. And okay, so before anybody gets upset from me for bringing it up, I would like to say I play a pyro mercenary. Second of all, we are so flippin' overpowered that it is to the point where it's getting upsetting. I can literally in a raid last night. I decided that I was going to go a quarter speed because they were having trouble holding off of me and it was causing arguments. So, what I did is I went a quarter speed to prove that, well, just to prove that we could get it down without me going full speed because it's not a race for DPS. And what happened is I was right underneath our Marauders, who are darn good Marauders. And I was not trying. Literally not trying. And I was pulling over 2k DPS on those guys. And I'm not saying that that's great DPS because usually I'm up in the 3Ks on bosses, right? So that's obviously not great, but for classes out there who are having issues holding their DPS in high places, why couldn't they so take an operative, give him some freaking bleeds and whatnot, and let them do what my fire does. So don't tell me that you can't fix this stuff when you can break us just fine. So just break the operative and let him do what I do, because it's getting to the point where you have people like Ignitia who plays a Sork who couldn't even keep up with me when I was going a quarter speed, and he's not a bad player. Okay, like he's not a bad player. He played his Marauder and beat me out on every single fight. So he's been playing MMOs for years. He's got everything down, and we cannot seem to pull the same numbers. It is just god awful that I'm sorry. I love this game, but when I have to go a quarter speed to make sure that the tentacles go down at the proper time, then there's an issue with this game, which we all know about. We all know that there's an issue, but if you can break us, if you can break my fire, then just break his bleeds or his overtime effects and stuff like that. And that's all I got to say about that. Really, it's just yeah, it's just to me it's a little awkward that they can't fix fix these classes and then they say, well, his issue is he can heal himself to full. I mean, what do you
Here, here.
think?
Well, that's a PvP argument. The heal yourself to full. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. That's not PvE. There needs to be just because you play a Sork doesn't mean you should be isolated to heals. Uh, and same with operative.
That would be like saying that if I played a Shadow Priest in World of Warcraft, that they were gonna make Shadow, or if they were gonna make me, they were gonna nerf me because I could have chose to heal on two of their trees.
Yeah.
And we're neglecting to mention assassins too. I mean,
Oh yeah,
the fact is that they should be more viable DPS. I know plenty of people that picked assassin because that's the type of player they wanted to be. They wanted to be a Sith, but they also wanted to be like a
A rogue.
rogue. Yeah, exactly. Stealth in and out of the shadows, and it's a cool concept for a character. But then they have to be a tank.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the jugs also. I mean, they're not as gimped, I think, when it comes to compared to like say an assassin. But come on, like Vengeance jugs have it's either you have the best of luck with your procs or you don't have any procs at all, and then you just see their DPS drop almost by it could be up to 1,000 almost. That's how brutal it is if
oh
you
yeah,
don't
my
get any
proc
single
is at
proc.
about at like 100%. After 6 seconds, I am 100% likely to get my free rail shot. 100%. I'm telling you, do not tell me it's not 100% because I get it every single time. And that's something that, yet again, episode 6, Pizza had brought it up. Pizza the Hut had brought it up, the rep, and he said that they fixed it, but I think it definitely got a little skewed again. But it's every single time, every single time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the Marauder. They should be really good DPS. The Sniper, they should be, because that's what they do. They're DPS. There's no healer Marauder, and we know the Marauder can't tank worth crap because he dies all the time.
You're
Especially
saying
now.
a sorcerer who uh shouldn't be considered. That'd be damn, dude. They shoot lightning out of their flipping
No.
hands.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they should definitely be more competitive, I think. But when you're talking about, I mean, the Marauder and the Sniper, they're just DPS. So they should be able. A good Marauder should be able to beat out a Sork just by, not by that big of a margin that we're talking about now. But it's again, you do have things that the Sork abilities that they have that the Marauders don't. I mean, you have your self heal and your survivability. So even if you put in a notch up, in a PvP match in a one-on-one fight, you'd still have a chance to kill that Marauder because of your ability to survive.
I would say that Marauders that play correctly have just the same amount of survival with the disappearing, with the healing themselves,
Mm-hmm.
with the fact that they can pop that where they don't take damage for a while. With that alone, with those three alone on cooldown, they can defeat a Sork like nobody's business. Honestly,
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Marauders, I honestly believe, the most have even more survivability than a Sork. From a PvP perspective, sure, I can heal myself up to full as a Sork. Yay, whoopee me! I can, heal up and do damage. That's cool and all. But that's fine. I mean, I see Sorks all the time doing like what is it now? Like 600,000 damage, 6 to 700,000 damage in a war zone, on top of doing like almost 200,000 healing. Yeah, that's one thing. But when it comes to a PvE context, my specific job as a Sork in those raids is as a DPS. My tree is set for a DPS, and that's both madness and lightning. And on top of that, I am not even, and I have to work 3 times as hard just to keep up with the minimum DPS that a freaking Pyro Merc does. That's insane.
in the fight between a mercenary and a Sork, there's just nothing there. And today's rant has been brought to you by Amazon Prime. That's right, Amazon Prime. Anybody ever seen Hunger Games? I have. With the second one coming
No.
out, well, you're a tree hugger. You don't go to the movies. Anyway, with the second one coming out, if you want to see it on Amazon Prime, you can go and see it through our website, and you can help us out in the process. So go to the site underneath episode 14, clickety click, watch it, have fun, go see the second one. That doesn't help us, but the first one does. All right. And so moving on, let's see if Big can get this one right. He has something he's dubbed the SWTOR Achievement Challenge, and we're gonna let you get into that, Big. And obviously, I don't know if you have a lead up into it or anything.
Oh, that's right. It's time for Corellia System's favorite game show. It's Name or Nonsense. That's right,
Oh my
nonsense.
god.
The stuff that comes out of Ignatius' mouth all the time.
Wow.
Like now. All right, so yeah, the name of the game's Name or Nonsense. This week it's going to be the Achievement Edition. So essentially what I'm going to do is each round I'm going to name 2 achievements. Both of them could be possibly made up, both could be real achievements, or one could be made up. So what you guys are going to do is each round is you'll let me know if you think that None of them are real achievements. One of them or both of them are. So you guys ready for it? Got any questions?
I just put my Sith
Yep.
hood on. All right, so we're good to go.
You sure you got it, Talon? You being a hippie, I wouldn't expect you to be able to understand an organized game with the rules and everything.
Oh, it's so true.
I don't have to conform to your rules.
All right.
But wait, aren't hippies like moochers and they love free stuff?
That's true. But
Yes.
there's nothing. We're not giving
So
anything
then I
away.
understand. I understand as long as you're giving me something for free, and it's not a shower.
Well, that's right. The winner of the show is actually going to be relieved of their due-back duty on the guild capital ship. So this is some serious prizes up here.
Duty.
Oh, and I hate working too, so this is right up my alley.
All right, let's get on it.
Okay, so round one. The first achievement is bashing the families and corporate terminator. So what do you guys think?
One.
None, one.
I'm gonna have to go with both.
What about you, Rondo?
Bashing the families or corporate terminator?
Well, what do you think? They're both correct?
I think it's number 2.
Well, no, do you think they're both made up? So again, they both could be true. They both could be fake.
Man,
Oh my
the
goodness.
hippie understood the instructions.
I
Well,
don't
you
conform.
didn't.
All right.
So apparently,
One of them.
All right. You would both be correct, Talon and Rondo. So you guys get a point. Bashing the family is the real one. Corporate terminator would be incorrect.
Oh,
So
see, I was wrong because I thought that
You
it was
thought
the
the
other
wrong
one,
one.
but I said 1, so I'm right. Do you see how that works, Ignitia? All right, you're
Yeah.
losing again. Again, you lost my bit. You're gonna lose this one, there, buddy.
All right, I'm giving you
Pretty
half
sure
a
those
point on
points
that
were
one,
rigged.
All right, round 2. Achievement title: the droids you are looking for, and number 2, the pin cushion. So are none of them incorrect? Is only one of them, or are they both achievement titles?
both.
Ignitia.
Oh,
Both.
I answered first.
Well, the way you guys
You can't copy me.
poke at me,
Bite me.
I feel like I'm a pincushion at sometimes. Okay, the way you guys are always setting your little verbal jabs at me, so I'm gonna
That's
go
'cause
with.
you're- That's because you're squishy like a pincushion.
All right, so I'm gonna
It's
go
true.
with 1.
Well, you think only one of those are, and I made up the other one? Because again,
That's
with
right.
these achievement, okay,
I
you
think both.
would be incorrect.
Well,
They are both real achievements.
Ha ha. I'm in the
okay,
lead with
Rick,
2.
you're just saying
got
that
2
because
points.
I made fun of him. Okay, you're just saying that because I made fun
Damn
of
straight.
Ignitia.
Hey,
I
look at
don't
this.
like this.
Rondo, this is not a peace sign. I'm ahead by 2 points.
You're supposed to be a hippie. You can't be a bad loser. What the heck is
Hey.
this?
I won't conform to your labeling system.
All right, round 3. Number 1, kill it with fire, and number 2, peace is a lie. So none, 1, or 2.
I'm just gonna copy Talon's.
All right, Rondo, you go first.
No.
Come on, you got 5 seconds. 4.
Well,
It's
you
an
know
automatic
what?
forfeit.
I don't conform. I'm gonna be on the duty then. 1.
You only think one of those? So you think I made up one of those?
I don't
Some
even
nonsense?
remember what they were now.
All right, kill it with fire, and peace is a lie. Are they both actual achievements, or did I make up one of them?
Ah, man, you're good. Did you come up with these achievements by yourself? These names? Well, so I'm asking. I'm gonna say none.
What about you, Ignitia? Again, kill it with fire, and peace is a lie.
I know. I'm thinking. Towns can go next, dude. Trust me.
Both of them are.
I changed my mind. Both of
I'll
them
go with
are
both.
right.
Yeah, I'll go with both.
Both of them are right, and if you say I can't change my mind, I'm giving myself a point anyways.
And then you'll all be correct. Those are both actual
right.
achievements.
You guys
So,
can't copy. No,
I'm copying. Talon's always
I
goes
call
first. That's the new rule. I'm the host.
This game is a farce.
All right, let's move on now that I have 2 points. I changed my mind on the last point too, so I have 3 points.
Why still have 3 points? No, you didn't. So I will
I
always be
did
ahead of
too.
you. So even if you copy me every time,
I
you will still
mentally,
lose.
I
'Cause I'm a
mentally
point
changed
ahead of
my
you.
mind. You know what? Watch this.
You can't mentally do anything because you're retarded. Oh wait, that's offensive to retarded people.
Yeah, it's my game, my rules. All right.
Wait. Hold on. Last time I checked that, doesn't Talons here have like what guild leader rights anyway? So he can basically go
No.
like, "Hey, you're doing it."
3 points, Rondo. You only got 2.
All right. Round 4.
It says it perfectly on the cast here any minute. So let's keep going.
All right. Round 4. Off the hook. And the other one is super settlements settled. So off the hook and super settlements settled.
Talons, how do you feel about this?
I'm not answering until last. You guys are cheaters.
Ignitia,
Neither.
5 seconds or you forfeit.
Just because I'm good at this game.
Rondo, 5 seconds.
I went
or you
first
forfeit.
last time. That means I'm last this time.
But you changed your answer, so.
Oh my
Nope.
God. You're right. I did go last. I answer that they are both not something. They're not.
Ignitia.
I said neither.
To Talon.
I copied Ignitia, so.
Yeah, I'm not. I think neither are actual.
Oh, I'll lose out on that one. Actually, off the hook is a real achievement.
Oh,
so
one. I was gonna say one too.
I
Damn.
changed my mind.
No, it's over.
All right, moving on to round 5. We got Cookies and Sunshine and Oh Sith.
Neither.
Talon, you first.
You made those
Oh.
up. I'm going to say I'm going first. Rondo's first this time. Neither of those are real.
Ignitia.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna copy old Captain Rage here. Say neither.
Don't copy me,
You-
Talons.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not. It's neither. Those are stupid.
Right?
He didn't
Those
even
are
take-
totally out of Big's
He
mind.
didn't even
He didn't
take
even
time
try
to make
on
up
those.
good ones.
He didn't even try. I mean, come on, Big.
Is it Sunshine Doodoo Face
Sunshine,
or?
dude. Is it Sunshine on my Sith roses or or I
Or
want a cookie
cookie.
for coming up with this line?
I thought I could catch you guys with some of my
Oh, come
nonsense,
on,
but
man.
you guys are too smart for me there.
Dude, you're right.
All right.
Yeah, 4 points.
Yep. And you guys have 3. Well, actually, Rondo
All right,
has...
you got one more. You got one more, Big.
This is our last one.
Okay.
So Talon has to lose here, otherwise he gets out of the duty. The party's over, and life of the party.
Oh my God, that's both of them.
1.
Tom.
One.
No, you said both.
No,
already.
I did, but he didn't call who goes first.
Is that
I was
everyone's
just jibber
final answer?
jabbering.
If you guys all copy me, I'm gonna automatically win. Because even if I'm wrong,
It's
we're all
okay.
wrong.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna go both because I'm gonna take the. They're
You
both
take
right.
the tie. Still can't take the lead though.
Yes, he has a half a point. So technically he would take the lead here. So Rondo, it comes down to you. Nisha, we don't even care about you because
They're
you're out of
both.
it.
They're both.
Rondo is the winner tonight.
What?
That's
What?
right. They are both
No.
actual achievements.
He's a cheater. He
No.
did not. He changed his answer
Look,
after the fact.
look at
One of those
what it
points did
says
not
on
count.
the podcast. It says, "I changed my mind.
You're a
I
cheater.
win." Above my head. That's
No wonder-
on there. Can you put that on the podcast that I did not change my mind, therefore I lose?
No, he got the half a point on the first one.
That's right.
For what?
For him not totally understanding the game, and he got it
Yeah.
partially
for
right.
being an
so
idiot.
I got it
For being
partially
an
right.
idiot.
How dare
He
you?
gets part
How
of the
dare
points
you,
for being
sir.
a moron. Okay, fine.
You know what?
He can win. He can win for being a moron. That's fine.
Okay, hey, Darth Santa, why don't you bring me a present? All right.
Why don't you
It's-
bite me?
So that's right,
Alright.
Rondo. You get to slack off on your do back duty on the guild capital ship.
I'm okay with
Congratulations.
But Ignitia does not get to slack off because he gets to tell us about his magazine that he's kept for so long.
I
It's
know
it's
what
a
the
little
heck.
like that's
What?
2 years old, man.
Oh, but it's the Star Wars edition or episode, so he probably has it like mounted on a. He has it
Yeah,
framed
somewhere.
and stuff. Yeah.
So let's not go too long with this. Let's pick two things from there that you thought were interesting, and let's talk about it.
Well, first off is the actual like non-spoiler alert how to Eternity Vault for the first three bosses. I thought that was a very very interesting side of this magazine right now is the actual spoiler-free tips for conquering the first max level raid in the Old Republic, which was Eternity Vault, with tips on how to do Annihilation Droid, Garge, and the Ancient Pylons.
Now, how
Just
good are those tips? Like,
uh,
were they what we people ended up using, or were they just magazine dribble?
well, well, it's like they explain what he is, and then says the thing is it's not really a tip. It's more like, okay, this is what this boss does. That's pretty much it. Uh,
Oh, okay. So figure it out from there.
yeah, I mean, like the ancient pylons one was pretty interesting. Key elements: there are two pylons with each with a separate puzzle. Hint: they both need to be solved at the same time. Divide your crew into balanced fighting teams, not just based on brains. Hint: ancient guards will assault as soon as you start working on the puzzle. So, Rondo, you were never allowed to work on the puzzle. Um,
That's true.
and the last one was the hints change every fight. Hint to the hint, so do the solutions. So don't get cocky. That was their statement.
Uh, Good for them.
See my
Yeah,
mini
no.
mini
So that's
Chewbacca.
cool.
Mini Chewbacca.
Does it give? Wait, you got to put it on the other side of you. There you
Oh,
go.
is Ignitia
Yeah, he's totally in your
Ignitia
way.
covering me up?
Now, what
Mini
else
Chewie.
did you see on there that you thought was interesting?
I also saw like little tidbits. What the and this is mainly from the actual game designers themselves, like talking about the Sarlacc and Tatooine, and like one of the directors, Blaine Christine, senior producer for the live services at Bioware, was all like, Tatooine is the bee's knees. That's right, the bee's knees. When you're running around that planet in Star Wars The Old Republic, you're living the dream. It embodies all that is Star Wars: Jawas, sand people, moisture farms, and sand as far as the eye can see. Plus Wop Rats, of course. Jump on your speeder and race across the sand, humming the Cantina theme, and your life is complete. It is true. I am a Star Wars freaking fanboy, and I think Tatooine is the most amazing place ever.
I blew
Yes.
Except,
through it because I thought it wasn't very well done.
say, except for when you
It's
hit
awesome.
when you get there at level 24 at launch and you don't get your speeder until halfway through the damn planet.
That's
Oh
You're
yeah,
running around.
yeah, yeah. That's true, and it gave like this the gave the galaxy map, and being a magazine and all was talking about what the vacation rating for each of the planets that were in the game so far. Uh, Mainly the 1 through 50 storyline ones and Ilum. That is it.
Huh. So it seems like a lot has changed when it comes to those
Very much so.
bosses being considered bring the best of the best to do this because those were like the easiest. Well, I guess at the time they weren't very easy, but now I think they've stepped it up. I mean, if that was the puzzle boss back then and we think now of the puzzle bosses we get now, I would say not only does it take a little bit more concentration, and especially with Dread Palace, where I guess he's not really a puzzle boss, but you have to drop those things so that you have to drop the red down so that when it drops the platform, you don't kill everybody. It's actually a legitimate puzzle. You have to make sure that you are keeping on your game as a gamer. staying on your game and knowing where to drop things also as a gamer. So I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, whereas before it was just about the knowledge in order to down it, now you've got to bring the DPS, you got to bring the tanking and the healers all have to know what they're doing, drop down correctly. I think what we're really saying is, in the 2 years, I feel like in the operations they've stepped up their game.
Yeah, and on top of that, happy anniversary there, SWTOR. You're 2. Congratulations, you made it.
2 years in what? On the 17th, I got in. I mean, obviously, I was playing betas before that, but on the 17th was when we first got to say hello to our tunes, who I'm still playing that character as my main, and it's been a good 2 years. It's had its ups and its downs, but I would say that they have definitely brought it, and they continue to. So
Yep. Yep.
Well, even when launch, I mean, they launched with more in-game content than WoW or any other MMO at launch. So,
well, they had one raid, and they had the beginning of Karaga's Palace, so
Well,
they
and
were
the
close.
flashpoints
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then.
yeah, and the flashpoints,
well,
yeah,
flashpoints were
and
World
considered
bosses.
the war zones,
World bosses.
world bosses.
Yeah, so they had plenty of content. It was just, I I think one statement that I remember hearing a while back was uh, Bioware did not expect people to they weren't ready for the advent of the MMO gamer, which is okay. This is content. This is leveling. Let me see how fast I can blow through it. And they were expecting, 3 to 4 months per character to level through. Instead, it was like 3 days.
Yeah. Yep. And I will say that the one last thing that I take to that is that they've corrected is they've started making it a challenge to heal in this game, where I don't care what anybody says, when you went into EV for the first time and Karaga's Palace, healing was not the first thing that you were worried about. You could take anybody in there to heal. It was not something that was a challenge at all. It was not challenging at all. And now I feel like they're really starting to step up their games with the bosses and make it difficult for the healers. And I applaud them for that, because there's a lot to be said for challenging your players.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, and I think just the mechanics of a lot of fights now don't necessarily mean a wipe if someone messes it up, but it means a lot more stress on the healers, which,
Hmm.
we've seen fights that I will say are easy to heal when everyone does their job, but that's rare. You always have somebody stepping the wrong puddle or whatever. And so, I think that they've changed the mechanics to where it can be a lot more challenging. And then, on those rare occasions where everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, it can be easy.
Well, hey, this has been another podcast brought to you by Enmity Podcasting. This was episode number 14. We hope you enjoyed it. And, congratulations on 2 years here. Coming up in a couple days there, Bioware. Keep it up, and I will continue to throw money at my screen.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, and remember, from now till Christmas, Darth Santa on the Bastion is giving away cartel packs.
that's Talonzz, Talons, from the Guild Circle of Enmity. If you want to know when he might log in the Who channel, you can type in Enmity, Enmity, and we'll go ahead and tell you when he gets around, or if he's on a different alt, anything in order to make him give you something. Okay? And
Gotcha.
just remember, if it's red, it's dead. Enjoy your PvE and your PvP week. Have a great week, guys and girls and Sith, and I guess Republic.
Oh, what? How
Take
dare you?
care.